Hello guys, what's up? I'm you guys. Stream. I've been meaning to do a live stream for a while, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. Let's move that lamp out of the way. Anyways, there was, it just quickly said that my internet just froze. I am plugged in, right? Yes. Okay. Anyways, so the one time where I was able to do a live stream, I had problems. Oh, cool! 3 dislikes. I don't care. Sorry, I'm losing track. The one time where I was able to do it, I had problems with anxieties and stuff like that. And then finally, when I got around to it, or sorry, when I've actually calmed down, I was doing other videos like reviews. I was doing Misfortune. I was doing a couple of stop motions that were on the other channel, Tulpa Doom, if you guys want to check that out. One of which was just a Larnu Works collaborative video, which I'm not even sure if he's going to be using. And then the other is just a silly, stupid stop motion thing. So yeah, the stream is lagging for me. Is it lagging for anyone else? Minecraft 1234 TFFMS or MS SM Productions. Sorry. Runmus Unicronus, Demon, Dragon King, Demon Wilson, Bajodi 2, Dank Starscream, Brian 217, That Toy Guy, Green Turtle Gaming, Optimus Prime, the actual Optimus Prime. Oh yeah, Transformers had its anniversary. I think that was one of the things that I wanted to mention on the podcast, which I've recorded. I'm going to be uploading probably tomorrow. Is that yeah, Transformers had its anniversary. Quite surprised. Anyway, Con and Shock Bomb 66. I don't know what's with the connection right now. Yeah, I don't know what's with that. What did you think of Driftshot's new video? I thought that was really good. The animation work on that space battle scene was amazing. Of course, the one time where I want to do this. Oh! So, for some reason, I was reading that as likes and dislikes. But no, it's just viewers and likes. I'm an idiot. Why is this lagging? Because it shouldn't be. I've got nothing on here that would cause it to lag. I'm not seeing it lag anymore. So if it does it again in the next couple of minutes, I'll just maybe restart my computer and we'll try it again. Hello. I cannot. Brian, who is your favorite, or who is your Transformers crush? Mine is Erector. I don't know. Hopefully at NYCC we get a ton of new stuff after the disappointing SDCC. I think the reason why SDCC was kind of disappointing was they just want to really push Hasbro Pulse. It was about that. So what they had was they didn't want to reveal too much of the main line. They wanted to reveal a lot of the exclusives. Now, granted, credit to SDCC, a lot of the figures that were revealed beforehand were meant to be for SDCC, like Astro Train, Rung, well, I guess, kind of Rung, but more or less Astro Train, Crosshair, Spinister, and 8-Phase were revealed a couple of weeks beforehand and were meant for SDCC, but those were meant to be a preview, but they were kind of big previews because they were the retail figures. They were the new molds for the most part. And then when we got to SDCC a day before, we saw the Rung, we saw the Micromaster sets, and we saw the Singe. which were the only other mainline release figures to be revealed at that time for the wave. So, with that being said, and it doesn't seem like we're getting lag anymore, thank God. But with that being said, so basically all they had left was the SDCC reveals. Now you're probably thinking, well, what about those Studio Series figures? You know, with the Bumblebee, Soundwave, RCE, blah, blah, blah. Well, it seems like for Transformers and Hasbro, they're going around to different conventions and not just revealing everything at one point of time. And I think that's a smart move because it gets people talking more and more about these Transformers stuff. Because I remember last year, we had pretty much a convention every month, and we had a Studio Series or Cyberverse or Generations reveal every month. I remember when the Shadow Raider, the Dark of the Moon Ratchet got revealed, and then the Bone Crusher, Optimus, and Jetfire got revealed, and then just other stuff was constantly sprinkled through. So I think that going like this is kind of a smart move, and I get why it was mostly exclusives to push the Hasbro Pulse thing, even though it's kind of annoying. Hasbro Pulse is a big deal for Hasbro in general, so that's something they definitely want to promote. You say Studio Series Wheelie or we riot, but we have a Studio Series Wheelie. It comes with Shockwave. So I guess that joke is dead in the ground. A-Face is cool and all, but we need a Snapdragon. Who's to say we won't get one? I'm pretty sure we will. And the main reason why I think we will is because if you've noticed with a lot of these Titan Return figures that come out after Titan's Returns, they kind of have another figure to link up with. If you take a look at the last night, we had Cogman and Nitro Zeus. So I could swap the heads out with that. If you take a look at the current Studio Series line, we had a re-release of Cogman, and then we also had the Thundercracker, but also mainly the KSI Boss, which also had that Headmaster gimmick. So I imagine with 8-Face, he's going to be releasing or I should say, he's going to be leading. I don't know why I can't talk today. Eventually, we're going to get Snapdragon. That's what I think. You can't do 8-Face and not Snapdragon. How do you feel about them pulling a Shockwave with the new Astro Train? It sucks. It really does. When I saw that base, it just didn't look like it was enough to really work out for the price, because I recall with the leader class figures, they were pretty much double what a Voyager is. So the way I look at it, I'm fine with the main figure being about Voyager class if it comes with accessories that are about the same as getting a Voyager class figure. So that Ultra Magnus figure, yes, it might be short, but does it come with a Voyager amount of stuff? And I'm not saying that it's, going to be as tall as a Voyager, but does it come with the same amount of plastic is going to match a Voyager class toy? That's the way I look at it. Now, I don't have the Ultra Magnus. I wish I did. It looks great, but I don't. It would also be the last figure of Wave 1 for Siege that I need to get. But my point is, I'd be fine with that. When I got the Shockwave, it's not exactly Voyager amount of stuff, but it's kind of close to it. With the Astro Train, it just doesn't seem like Voyager amount material, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's got a massive gun set, but I'd imagine Astro Train having a gun anyways, so that kind of gets countered. I do like the fact that you can give them a couple of boots, but they only make them taller by about that much. So it's not anything exciting. And then the whole entire back kibble thing, because he just snapped the trailer end to the back of him. I don't care what it's called. People corrected me. I don't really care. I don't know anything about trains. But anyways, you attach that onto the back. Wouldn't it be way better if you could attach that to the legs to make them really tall? This is why Astro Train should have been a Commander class toy and not a Leader class toy. But what's disappointing about this is I don't mind him having accessories or anything like that. But the main figure should have been taller, because that's what we wanted. We wanted a taller Astro Train, because in the cartoon he was pretty tall. And he keeps getting stuck in the Voyager class lineup. Even when he's in Leader class, he's in Voyager class. So I cannot wait for the upscale Weiching version of that. Hello, Dabba Supreme. Oh, I also need to mention, I don't know what's going on with YouTube in the comments section right now. Because when I go to the comments section, yesterday all the names were swapped. Like, I could find Dabber Supreme, but Chris Fellner's name was on the comment. And it was weird. So that was yesterday. Because I have comments held for approval so that I could keep track of what comments are new. And especially what the response is to older videos. And to keep away from any trash spam or kind of scary links or anything like that. Or maybe people that are going to say something really negative about something. And I don't mean that as in criticism. I mean that as in someone's going to harass someone. I could pretty much just stop that in its tracks, because I've had comments where they told someone else that they need to do a certain act that is not cool. And I don't mean not cool as in it's cool. No, I mean it's not cool. So I pretty much stopped that at its tracks. But today, for some reason, comments won't even show up. I go to the Held for Approval tab and nothing is there. Now you're probably thinking, well, maybe just no one commented that day. Well, I get a number of how many comments are there, and it says about 13 comments, and then when I go to it, there's nothing there. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just YouTube acting up, because sometimes it does it. It's not really a big problem. People point it out, and I don't really care. Except when I search the help comments for like a specific word, like I search a comment will pop up. So there are comments being held for approval or awaiting to be approved, but they don't show up unless I search a specific word. And I can't approve them all because I don't know what word I have to search for every single comment. Hello, T-Fan Geek. Or TF-Fan Geek, I should say. Who else is enjoying Cyberverse? I gotta watch the 4 episodes that just came out. Oh, I saw Toy Story 4. Holy shit, that was sad. Toy Story has been around since I've been around. So. Hello, Jason. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Ethan. Hello, everyone else. Who would like a new crankcase from Studio Series? I would. Actually, you know what? We already have one. It's called The Last Night Berserker. Don't know why they didn't use that. Please don't spoil Toy Story 4 for anyone that has not seen it, because I think the DVD's coming around here. So some people might want to watch it or rent it at that time. Brian, how do you feel about Ironhide crashing the Orphans? What? Do you think we will get Takara Siege Nemesis Prime in retail or online exclusive? Or online stores? I think, if anything, it's going to be an online exclusive. I think it's going to be the same thing as the Seacons we have. I do not think that he's going to get a retail release. It's clearly a Takara exclusive thing. My hair is all messed up. Very clearly a Takara thing. But if anything, it's going to show up on Hasbro Pulse. So I'm going to do a little show and tell for you guys, just because I feel like it. But I'm going to give you guys a heads up. It's not Transformers related. I will rectify it by talking about Transformers in a minute. But there's something that I just want to quickly discuss. Now, some of you guys know that I'm into Hot Wheels, Bionicle, and the Mega Bloks Halo line, as well as Transformers. But there was another line that I was into long ago. And I still have a lot of the sets. They're in boxes and stuff like that. I'm missing parts. But there is one line of this that I do actually have complete. Maybe not the containers they were in, because they were actually a big deal and a big part of the sets. And no, I'm not talking about Bionicle. But I do have these, and I remember loving them, but I don't remember their names anymore, because it's been a long time. Anyways, let's go ahead and show these off. I will try and grab them first. There we go. There's two right there, but I need to find certain parts. There's a couple of that Breakout Beast wrapping thing, whatever the hell. Let's see. I do remember this one's like copper or something. There we go. And then this one, this one usually is the one that falls apart, but it's not. I mean, it's missing a leg, but that's a lot less than usual. This one, a little butter. There we go. I just felt like talking about these. You know, show and tell. We gotta do something different, right? I got 30 viewers right now. They're probably gonna click off of this. Let's see. I got two of these, but I'm just gonna pull out the one. There we go. Let's see. I got the body of a shock blast in here. Let's see. There we go. And there's the other one. And I'm just missing a couple of limbs. There we go. There we go. There's another one of those. What is this? Is this copper? No, this is gold. Right. Good. And let's see. Okay, so there's a wing. There's another wing for some reason. Is there a whole dragon at the bottom of this? Come on. I know there's a leg in here somewhere. That's an arm. There it is. There's the leg. Okay. And I guess I'll bring this up to here. There we go. And you're probably wondering, Brian, what the hell are you talking about? Just attach that. And let me just attach the wing to that one. I also have some of my fire and ice guys in the other room. I was into Mega Bloks Dragons. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, these were really cool. These were a huge part of my childhood. I really loved the Mega Bloks Dragons line. Even though a lot of them could break, there was just something very unique and stylish about the dragons, because they had a very interesting wash to them. Even on these metal dragons, as they're called, had this very nice paintwork to them that I really wish Mega Bloks went back to. You can see that the wings have this dirty look that is fantastic. The steel parts is actually somewhat metallic and realistic looking. And it's not absolutely perfect, but for what it's worth, a toy product that's just going to be released for kids to smash around and bash and whatever, this was a fantastic job. And they had a little bit of articulation. Not much, but they had some. And they would come out of these little egg things. And they were really cool. So I got the metal lineup of dragons. I've got all 8 of the metal ones. So this one, which I have 2 of because my family got me a 4-pack after having 2 already. We also have this gold dragon. I think it started with an R. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. I think the first one is silver, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. He's got this hunchback look, this very interesting face. And I don't know if there were good guy dragons or bad guy dragons with the eggs. Because a lot of them have this hunchback look, but a lot of them look very nice. One is missing a wing again. Oh! I know I have it somewhere. It's right around in here. Is it on the side? No, I want to find that wing now. But I don't want to waste everyone's time. Because I'm pretty sure they're all used to that. Yeah, if I don't find it, I don't find it. It's whatever. I just wish I could. Aha! I found it. There we are. It's a gray wing. This next one I always took as like a female dragon for me. I don't know why. But there's that. I don't know. There's just something about her. I like to call it a her. I don't care if there's a description saying he. It's just always a she to me. So there's that. And then there's this copper dragon. So yeah, this is just me doing show and tell for no reason. Except I want to do it. Again, I will go back to Transformers. Don't worry. We only have 4 dragons left. It's the Weight 2 ones. And these were a little tricky to find. But this one was one of my favorites. I took it around everywhere. Fun fact, when I had moved over here, we were looking at houses and we had to drive so many places. And I just had this green dragon. I think this green dragon was the first thing I bought over here before we moved. Yeah, I definitely think it was. At least it was the first dragon, I believe. So this was pretty cool because I think we just went into the Toys R Us, or I think it was Zellers at the time. It was Zellers before it was Target, and then it closed down. Yeah, I think it was Zellers, and they had the Wave 2 stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I need those. So, and then there's this guy. I don't remember the armor types of these ones. This one was kind of weird because they had the horn sticking out forward. But yeah, looks really cool. And then last but not least, there's these 2 that I wasn't that excited for, but I believe they were on sale at Winners, so I decided to pick them up because they were the only 2 left that I needed to get. But basically, they are recolors. They have no new parts. The other 2 from the wave has new heads. But here is the blue dragon. And then last but not least, here is the orange dragon, which you may have noticed has the same head as the copper dragon. So yeah, just a whole lineup of dragons, because why not? I was really into this line. They also had movies. They had animated movies. I think around the same time as Bionicle. And those movies don't really get talked about. I need to throw those out. But anyways, I was into those, and then they stopped the Megablox Dragons line. And now they got Breakout Beasts, and I'm really into those. So, if you guys are wondering about Breakout Beasts and why I'm into those, because I have mentioned them in the past, that's why. Transformers! Let's talk about that for a bit. Reviews. I have a new list of reviews that I want to do right now. which sucks because I didn't want to make a list, but I did it anyways, because it is possible to find exclusive Siege figures at EB Games and other places like that. Brian, I might help you solving the dragons. Take a photo, upload to Google Photos and Google Lens. It might search for it. Oh, I can search for them. I've done that recently, and actually, I think there's a wiki with the list of dragon names. I also think you can find the instructions for them. I just don't remember them at the top of my head. But anyways, reviews. So we did Fortress Maximus, which was a big deal. I'm so happy that people liked that review. We did Cybertron Scattershot, which I'm kind of surprised that people seem to like that one. And I definitely want to tackle more older toys if I can. But there's a lot of Siege figures that I really need to do beforehand. And I'm probably going to focus on doing some of those, but they're going to be like the small ones, like the Micromasters or the Battlmasters, but we'll have to wait and see. I will get back to the chat in just a second. So, anyways, moving on. What's going on after Scattershot? As I said in my recent unboxing video, what I purchased at EB Games, it will be Nightbird, and I've actually filmed the lines for the Nightbird review. Although I gotta mention that I think I forgot pointing out that she has no Decepticon logo on her at all whatsoever, which is kind of important, so I might have to go back and do that line. So what's going on after that? The next one I want to tackle is Zetar, or Zetar, whatever you want to call him. Funny enough, I had his script open, and I was doing a couple of his lines, but then I realized that, oh wait, I have to do Nightbird first. And the reason why I'm doing it in that order is because if you look at the numbers, Nightbird and then Zetar. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing those. I need to finish writing the Zetar script. I need to do that last line for Nightbird. So what's next? I'm going to do a couple of tiny turbos, I think, if I have time. If I don't have time, then I won't do it. People are saying happy belated birthday. I don't know if someone mentioned that it's their birthday, but if you guys are saying that for my sake, it's not my birthday. My birthday is the 27th, but close. Unless some oh it's Campbell. Okay, happy birthday, Campbell. Anyways, so sorry about that. So Tiny Turbos, I want to do Series 2 Squeaks and Shockwave. Those are the two that I want to do. And then after that, I want to do a bigger Shockwave. Not a huge Shockwave, but I want to tackle some Cyberverse stuff. And I want to start with the first Cyberverse figure that I got. That is Shockwave. If I have time for that, I could do the Last Night Megatron, the Legion class figure. So not the Voyager, not the Leader, but the Legion. But it all depends on if I have time. Because, hello Jack, because I need to do the anniversary review. It is about to be the 7th anniversary of the review show that I do. So, who is going to be that anniversary review? I had asked if people wanted the Studio Series Voyager class, Revenge of the Fallen, Shockwave. Don't know what I'm doing with my arms. I have asked people if they want the Hero Master Starscream. It's going to be none of those. I am going to do... Whoop-bam! The Scout class, Cyberverse, Shockwave. That's not Shockwave. Starscream. That's what he is. I got it right. So you can't tell me you're a dumb. But yeah, the reason why I decided to do that is because it's just easier. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do. So I figured that Starscream would make things easier. You're probably thinking, well, what about the Hero Master thing? It doesn't take much. Because that figure is kind of outside the realm of what I'm used to with the alt modes and stuff like that, I want to do something that I'm a little more comfortable with, and that being that Starscream, even though it has a shitty transformation, it doesn't go all the way into alt mode. I could do something with that. I'm used to that. Hero Master Starscream, I feel like I need to explain what Hero Master is and everything, so it's just a lot of work. I want to get Omega Supreme. I'm not sure if there's going to be a 6-pack of the Seacons coming out for Hasbro. I think that's going to be a generally Takara release. Because there are going to be certain figures that Hasbro gets and then Takara gets. If you've seen the Studio Series and the Studio Series numbers for the Hasbro release and Takara releases, you'll notice that the numbers are very off. Like, I believe the Leader Class Optimus Prime for Studio Series, the Dark of the Moon version, is a different number from Takara to Hasbro. So. I'm saving for Power of the Primes pedigree. Yeah, dog food. Predaking. Yeah, that'd be cool. Generations Beast Wars after War for Cybertron trilogy. Okay. Some people have told me that they want to do Beast Wars because I did the video talking about Unicron trilogy, and that should be somewhere fit for Generations for the War for Cybertron toy line. I feel like they need to put that in. And then someone pointed out that, well, the guys behind it said that Beast Wars is coming up in the future. And I'm just sitting here thinking that, okay, but that doesn't mean that we won't get Unicron trilogy anytime soon. I mean, we could get one and then the other. And also, they can still mix that in, you know? Because if you think about it, we had the Jungle Planet during Cybertron. They could easily throw in Beast Wars characters and mix that into it. I mean, they're already mixing in characters from other lines. We've got the Cybertron Hotshot and Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime in the line already. People are wondering what's going on with that Armada Optimus Prime that was mentioned, but we haven't heard anything since. And I think that the reason why and this is just a speculation, and I'm not even saying that this is true, but the Armada Optimus Prime that was revealed might be delayed. I'm not even sure if it's necessarily delayed because I never heard of a release, and when we did see it, it was a prototype. We still haven't heard much about that Leader Class Power of the Primes Optimus repaint remold that was revealed at the same time. So saying that it's been delayed or removed completely, I don't think so, because a lot of people were open to that. And they even knew that a lot of people wanted that Armada-style Optimus Prime. So I definitely don't think it's canceled. But what I think is going on is that Armada Optimus could be saved for the Unicron trilogy. And also, here's another big thing. So when that Armada-style Optimus Prime got revealed, we never saw a trailer, but we knew that it had the transformation so that it could combine to a trailer. So pretty much, essentially, we had a great prototype of one Optimus Prime, but we had seen everything that it's going to be included with, and then a couple months later, we got the colored images. For the other Optimus Prime, we have not seen half of it. So I think we need to relax on that Optimus. I know people want it. I know people are concerned about it. And here's another interesting thing. A lot of people told me that, oh, we should definitely not have Unicron trilogy. It was bad, and everything about it was bad. But then I also remember people really getting into that Armada Optimus Prime. So I definitely think that there is an audience for that. I've seen people say that we should not get it, and I'm just thinking I don't think that's really fair to the people who want it. I mean, you might not want it, that's fine. But to completely just put a halt on it, I don't know about that. And I even brought up the fact that they can still mix in Generation 1. Like, let's say, okay, we get into Unicron Trilogy, and we get into that Speed Planet thing, from Transformers Cybertron. We could have Override, we could have Hotshot, we could have Breakdown, we could have Clocker, but we could also have Blur mixed in. A Generation 1 style Blur that would just flow with the series. Just like the Galaxy Optimus Prime flows with the Transformers Siege line. And I still want that thing. I want to find it again. I've only found that once. Anyways, so there's that. And then with Jungle Planet, we could have Scourge. And then we could also have Cheetor. We could have Backstop, we could have Snarl, and then we could also have Black Arachnia. Why not? For Gigantia, we could have Metroplex. We have Metroplex as the Commander Class toy for that year. And then we could have Scorponok as the Giant Titans. It's generations. We can mix all this in. It doesn't have to be a specific... they don't have to be so specific because, yeah, there's a storyline going on for Siege right now. But generally what Generations is they just do what they want, for a Generation 1 recreation of whatever character. And someone had pointed out, no, they need to continue doing these IDW characters. You ever notice that a lot of the IDW characters are actually now based on the Generations toys? I remember that the older generation stuff was based on IDW, like Springer, Drift, and whatnot. But nowadays, it seems like the other way around. Nowadays, I mean, you look at the Siege comics, all the characters, all the toys, the characters have all the ports and the holes and whatnot from the toys. You take a look at the Siege Megatron, and you take a look at the IDW one. You can't tell me that the toy is inspired by the comic art. It's definitely the other way around. And now, if they do Unicron Trilogy, they can throw these characters in the IDW comics. If they do Unicron Trilogy, they're going to throw them in. They did that with Optimus. They don't even use the retail general or the Voyager class Optimus Prime in those comics. They use the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus in his basic mode. It's already affecting it. So. And someone pointed out, animated. You know what? I don't think that they will directly do animated toys. And what I mean by that is they'll have the original cartoon style. But what I think they'll do, if they do animated toys in Generations, if anyone remembers, this. Obviously an animated character. Granted, it's revealed the shields that was put to blend with the Generations toy line. So they could do something like this. Imagine Prowl. Imagine Safeguard. Now, I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon. I mean, they could, because it's the 10th anniversary of animated, I believe. I could be wrong with that. It's like some anniversary of animated from what I heard. I can't remember. But if they want to, they could do something like that. Imagine Shockwave turning into Long Arm. Imagine Safeguard. Imagine Prowl. Imagine Ultra Magnus. Even though I guess you could just take the Prid Ultra Magnus from Transformers Prime and use that. Imagine Megatron with the helicopter mode. A Siege Lugnut would be impressive. It's just, I don't get why people say we should not have this. I think that we should definitely have it. And then there was one person, now I'm not naming names or trying to call people out, I'm just talking. But there was one person that told me, no, they need to complete Generation 1. If they start doing some Unicron Trilogy stuff, I don't think it's going to stop Generation 1 stuff. Because it's such a big part of Transformers. Could it slow it down? Probably. But Transformers is more than Generation 1. You know? And the line Generations is to celebrate the generations. It's called Generations. If it was called Classic still, then maybe there's an argument there. But Generations. That being not just one. Generation, plural. There's people who are nostalgic for the Armada series, Energon, Cybertron. It might not be the most popular series. It might not be great. But I can definitely bet there is an audience that wants a Generations Armada Demolisher. They should do more Transformers Prime. Oh, God. You make me sad now because I wish they would. Masterpiece style Prime figures. Well, they technically have in a third-party company, except it doesn't transform. You got that statue Optimus Prime thing that looks amazing. I wish I could get that. Hugh said this also in his Siege Voyager Prime video, and here I was thinking Generations was a plural. Yeah, exactly. Lockdown would be great too. Which, by the way, I do not like Lockdown and Clobber in Cyberverse. I am sorry, I don't. And I'm trying to not seem like I'm just some G1er or anything like that and saying that this is not the character, this is all wrong or anything like that. I gotta plug in this light. I don't like the lighting I've got right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Anyways, I know I'm going to sound like a G1er, but that to me is not who they are. Clobber, I can kind of disconnect more from Lugnut, but I just don't get why she looks so much like Lugnut and they decided not to make her Lugnut. I guess they just want more female characters in the line, but you're kind of messing with the character now at this point. It's not that I don't want female characters. I'm fine with the female Acid Storm and is Thrust a female? No. I like the fact that Slipstream was a big character in the first season. I like Shadow Striker and all them. I'm glad that RC and Chromia get to be seen in the show. Windblade is a big character in that show too. But what was the point of making Lugnut into a female character and not even make it Lugnut? But it's so clearly Lugnut. I mean, so many people wanted Lugnut to come back, and it's like, it just feels kind of like a tease. And then with Lockdown, the reason why I'm pissed off with him is, first of all, Lockdown originally was not a Decepticon, and that was kind of a big deal. That was kind of a main thing about his character. And then not only that, he got scared at a certain point from some portal thing, and an Autobot came through or something like that. In any case, he got easily scared. And I just don't picture Lockdown taking orders from Soundwave or Shockwave or anything like that. But yet they do. And again, I'm trying not to be like a G1er. But that to me just didn't seem like Lockdown and Lugnut. That's to me seemed like two different, more or less generic Decepticons that were given the likenesses or the looks of Lockdown and Lugnut. Lockdown is pussy. I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to be a G1er. I'm trying to disconnect those characters from their originality. But I think the main issue that I have with them is they go ahead and make the designs and make them look like the original characters, and then they don't make them the original characters. So to me, what's the point? If they wanted to, I think they could have done Run Amok and Runabout. And if they wanted to make one a girl, fine. I would have been okay with it because there's not much in that material anyways. You could have had them come out in the spotlight in some way. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But Lockdown and Lugnut are two very strong characters in animated that they're just messing with. And I don't think it was a good idea. Okay, Lugnut was a goofball in animated, but I wasn't talking about Lugnut when I said wouldn't work with the Decepticons, isn't even a Decepticon, and wouldn't be so easily scared. I was talking about Lockdown. Except for the Netflix show, nah. I don't know much about it, so I can't really say. I heard that Rooster Teeth decided to cut a bunch of people from their company, including one who is kind of a big deal with their company, too. So that's not pleasant, but I mean, it is a company after all. Some people gotta remember that Rooster Teeth is a company, and it might not seem fair, but you know they have to make certain choices. I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know why they decided to do it, but you know, people see that and immediately think that they're just evil now. But I don't know about that. You understand that it's a different country music. Huh? Alright, see ya, Joshua. What do you mean by it's a different country music? Lockdown has always been a sparkless killer. Now Cyberverse made him a wussy. Yeah, exactly. What is Rooster Teeth? It's a company. They're the people that are going to be partly behind the Netflix Transformers show. I have 8 a.m. class tomorrow. Please help. Oh, I hate school. You understand it's a different continuity. Yes, I established that. I mentioned that I'm trying not to be like this G1er type, even though it's animated. I'm trying not to be. But the whole point that I'm trying to make is why make these characters look so much like their original designs, but have nothing like their original selves, except Lugnut's kind of silly, and they're both bad guys. I can't even say Decepticons because Lockdown wasn't a Decepticon. So yes, I am fully aware that there are different continuities. I'm not making that argument or anything like that. My point is that they made them so much like what they looked like, but they're not who they are. All right, see you, Dabber. Merge with Crunchyroll. Well, isn't Ruby on Crunchyroll? So. Because, Brian, you know why. No, I don't know why. Do you have toys, toys, toys in BC? We have toys. I don't. Is toys, toys, toys like a store, or are you just saying toys 3 times? Ratchet family member. Oh. P, send me them look like the original figures so they could sell new versions of them. What? Have you seen any of the Revoltech Transformers? I don't even remember what Revoltech looks like. Mostly I focus on the mainline stuff. So I'm not sure if they can work on a new Transformers show. I don't think Rooster Teeth is animating the show. Because they got to work on Ruby and other stuff, Camp Camp. I think it's a different company. I can't remember who it is. Polygon? I think Polygon is the company that's animating it. Rooster Teeth is... they got something behind them working on the series, but I think it's Polygon that's doing the animation. Has anyone seen the Golden Lagoon Lincoln Park Soundwave? You know what? I've been to the Toy Fair for so long, and I don't think I have. How many episodes have you seen in Transformers Cyberverse? I've seen up to episode 10 of season 2. In English. I've seen 2 other episodes in different languages, and I have no idea what was going on. Oh, my Transformers. Oh, I know what the Revoltech stuff is. I would love to find them. Do you think we will see any of the background Transformers from the movies become actual characters down the line? Probably. I'm pretty sure it's happened before. Have you planned on getting Siege Omega Supreme? I don't know. I gotta mention this. People ask me, will you get this toy? Will you get that toy? It all depends on a couple of things. 1, if I have the money. 2, if it will actually show up. And 3, if I feel like it at the time. So I need to bring this up because people keep asking me, will you get this? Will you get that? I don't know until I get it. I can send you the link to episode. Jason, I actually have up to, I think, episode 14 now. Cool, Diet Pepsi. It's funny because the Pepsi in here is not from the can. I had a 2-liter. Why do I keep spinning on the chair? Get a Rampage yet? No, I didn't, but we're looking into it. It's a couple of bucks off on Amazon now. Oh, and someone had mentioned the Skywar pack on Amazon. I did see it. We should totally get Studio Series records. We could. I didn't think we would get the RC trio. But it also all depends on copyright issues. I would love to see the records. I would like to see them with their mechanical alt modes. And I think we could because it seems like with the Transformers Studio Series lineup, it could be going from movie to movie. Because we had the first year where we had pretty much essentially a lot of first movie characters, Starscream, Ironhide, Brawl, Starscream, I said Starscream twice, Bumblebee, Barricade, blah, blah, blah. We pretty much essentially have the first movie cast now. All we needed was the second version of Bumblebee and Megatron, and then that's it. Which we're getting now. And then with Revenge of the Fallen, Devastator, Jetfire Prime, and all that, those are kind of a big deal, and I'm glad we're getting those. So what would come after Devastator? I think that we could get around to Dark of the Moon and get the rest of that. Even though we have the Optimus, we have the Megatron, and we're getting the Shockwave, we still don't have the Sentinel Prime, we still don't have the Wreckers, we don't have Mirage, we don't have Q. And it already seems like it's leading up to it because, well, next year we're getting the Shockwave and we're getting the Soundwave. Ooh, I just realized that soon we're going to have the 4 main Decepticons in Studio Series and Siege. We also need Jolt, yeah. How about twins? Those could happen too. What figures do you want in the Siege line? I don't want a Bumblebee anytime soon because we've had so much Bumblebee in Studio Series and whatnot. And I feel like we're going to get more Bumblebees in Studio Series because we have that newer version of the Camaro. And I feel like that's going to be repainted into the Revenge of the Fallen design and maybe Dark of the Moon design. But we'll have to wait and see. And you know they can do it because they did the old style Camaro twice in the main line. And that's not even including all the exclusives. So I think it's just a little much if Siege also gets the Bumblebee treatment. People keep asking, why haven't we got Bumblebee in Siege? Well, we had the Bumblebee movie, we have Studio Series, we have Cyberverse and all this and that. Do you really want to see the line filled up with another Bumblebee in another line? Seems like a little much, especially since we already have the Titans Returns Bumblebee. Just add that into the line. It will fit in just fine. Anyways, and Rack and Ruin, I would love to see Rack and Ruin. I feel like they should do all the Wreckers. As far as characters they should do, I want to see Cup come back again. Oh, that reminds me of another comment I got. What was it? It was more on that Unicron trilogy stuff, and someone had brought up, what was it? Oh, we should get the rest of the G1 characters in Siege, like Cup, who we got a Titans Returns toy. Perceptor, we got a Titans Returns toy. Wheeljack, we had Combiner Wars and the Generations toy. And then all these other characters that already had Generations toys to begin with in the Prime Wars or even before that. My point is, Generations should look and expand upon Generation 1 because we've gotten so much Generation 1 stuff. I don't want to just see Siege be just a ton of characters that we already have in the Prime Wars trilogy. I want them to do something different. But anyways, to answer your question, I would like to see a brand new Skylynx, though, because the Combiner Wars one isn't that great. That would be awesome as a Commander class toy. Let's see, what else? I definitely don't think we need a Devastator anytime soon. Except for Studio Series, of course. I think that Cyberverse, we might have a Devastator soon. We'll have to wait and see. What else should we have? I would like to see a brand new Drift in Generations. I think it's been a while. I think it's about time we got one. And we could also have a Deadlock to go with it. I think that'd be nice. What else? I'm looking at my collection for inspiration. If we do get a Bumblebee, I want them to do the Action Master thing. And that's not Bumblebee wouldn't be able to transform. I think that we should have a tiny Bumblebee in the deluxe class package, but to make up for it, we have this helicopter thing like his Action Master toy. I think that would be fine. I'd be fine with that. A deluxe class Bumblebee, I just don't feel like we need it. I know people want that wide alt mode thing, but I just don't feel like we need it exactly. It would be cool, but I don't know. People are also saying that we might get a Wheeljack, but a lot of the artwork that I see for Wheeljack, because we have a card for him now, I believe, just doesn't seem like it's coming off a toy. Although I could be wrong about that. I would like to see a Roadbuster. That would be nice. I was about to say Jetfire, but we do have a Siege Jetfire. I want that thing. I will say that. A new Hoist and Trailbreaker would be cool. I would love to see a new Grapple and Inferno. And I know I'm going through a lot of characters that we have already had toys of, but I'm just looking at my collection, trying to figure something out. A new Skids would be great. Let's see, what else? Oh, Crankcase. Ruckus. What's the other one? Scoop, I think would be cool to get a new version of. You know, any of those old Target Masters or the ones with the weapons that deploy. Needle-Nose would be great. Trying to remember their names. Let's see. Let's go to TF for a second. Okay. Oh, that's super small. I am stupid. Okay. Let's just search up 1987 for a second and see if anything will come up. Actually, let's search up Generation 1. Come on, go to it. Thank you. Toy line, North America. Okay, there's a reason why I'm doing all this. Our list. Okay, cool. Here we are. I don't think we need a new Sunstreaker anytime soon, but it's whatever. Oh, camshaft, downshift, and overdrive would be cool to get a Siege figure up. I would love to get a new lineup of the Target Masters that goes along with Crosshair and Spinister. And I have said before, and I'll say it again, I think that the figures that come in the packs, the Amazon exclusive packs, the Battle Masters, are supposed to go with Spinister and Crosshairs. We already know about the one that comes with Spinister that was already confirmed to be the one that's supposed to come with Spinister, you know, the original set. But I think that the Trenchfoot that comes with the Sideswipe pack is actually Pinpointer. But I could be wrong. Oh, Coneheads. Let's see, what else? Cyclonus would be great, but I don't know. In the comics, they just use the Combiner Wars one. All right, here we go. Ooh, Double Cross would be cool, but I don't think we need that. Okay, Crosshairs, and then Cyclonus, Hot Rock, Misfire, Point Blank. I think that's one. And Sure Shot. I think we definitely need those two at some point. Ooh, a new Brainstorm would be nice, but I don't think we need it. I actually think they killed him off in the comics, like early on. But I'm trying to find. Ooh, Guzzle would be great, but I kind of want him as like a Legends class toy. But whatever. Just trying to find a certain. Oh, okay. Here we go. Landfill Needle Nose was the name I was thinking of. Quake, although we have one. Quick Mix, Scoop, and Spinister, which we already have a Spinister. Also a Ricochet would be nice. Oh wait, we have a Ricochet. Duh. And also for Siege, I want the Micromaster bases to come out. Ooh, Thunderwing would be cool. Octopunch would be nice as like a big size toy, but whatever. Main point, someone asked, there's your answer. I want to see those Target Master toys because we have the Battle Masters and then they don't bring us the, traditional ones. Or at least more of the traditional ones. Most of the Battle Masters we have are to complete the characters from Power of the Primes. Because we have the one that came with Hot Rod, we have the one that came with Scourge now in that multi-pack. We have the one that came with Misfire, Trigger Happy, and Caliburst. I don't have a Caliburst, by the way. Or not Caliburst. It's no, I have Caliburst. That's the Target Master. Who's the Slug Slinger? I don't have Slug Slinger, is what I was trying to say. Is it Aimless or is it Misfire? I can't remember. Oh, God. The big guys is what I was talking about. It would go with those guys. God, it's hard to remember their names now. Anyways, main point is that I would like to see more of those Target Master characters be brought up. Ooh, a 10-pack of Battle Masters would be cool. Cool. But if they do a 10-pack of Battle Masters, I want to see more than just, the same figures that we got. Because I feel like if we got a 10-pack, they're just going to be all repaints. Aimless is the name of Misfire's Titan Master. Well, Aimless originally was the name of the Target Master, and then it was turned into the Titan Master. But yeah. Jason, I already said I have up to episode 14 of season 2. It's all handled with. I just haven't seen them yet. But thank you though, but I know where they are. Artfire would be cool. Yeah, but I kind of want a new Inferno. One that's not combiner. But, I mean, now that you brought up the Power of the Primes one, I guess it's not really a big deal. Stockade would be nice to get a Generations toy of. Long Arm from the movie. What else? I don't know. I guess some Beast Wars in Siege would be nice. I'm pissed off with the Breakout Beasts and Mega Constructs, but I can't blame Mega Constructs for it. I can't find Series 3 anywhere. You guys don't care. You guys just don't care. Studio Series Jazz is sitting in the corner. Oh, I should bring this up. So, I don't know if you can see in that corner, but I managed to put up the Triptychon box. And then I've got some other boxes up on there. I've got every... well, actually, no, not everyone, because I just got a couple more. But the Generation Select boxes are up there now, too. And then I've also got the Prime Wars boxes, the 3 of them for the Blast Off and whatever else. I've got those 3 boxes up there now. I want to review those toys now. Brian, favorite Bionicle? I don't even think I have one, Lewa. Okay. Favorite Bionicle character is Lewa. If you ask me what my favorite Bionicle set was, I don't know. I still cannot believe I've got all 6 of the original Toa. Stupid phone. I got all 6 of the original Toa. I will be right back. Someone is messaging me, and I gotta ask them what the crap. All right. Hello. All right, first Bionicle. Hello, Dad. Dad, you actually, funny enough, I remember Christmas. I don't know why my voice is doing weird things. I remember my first Bionicle you actually built because I could not figure it out. What did Mom want? Oh, you give the battery back to me. I was charging it out in the living room. Anyways, funny story about the first Bionicle is that you built it for me because I couldn't figure it out. I know I just said that, but it was Pohatu. It was a brown Bionicle, but I don't have all the parts for it anymore, so I had to buy it again at a toy fair. And I think that was the first of the original Bionicle sets that I went ahead and went out to complete again. So I've got all the stuff. I even have, I don't know, let's see if I can bring it out. I have got stuff in it for some reason. I have the original canister to it, though. And this is the very canister that I opened that Christmas Day. I remember that because I kept thinking, oh, cool, I get a Bionicle. That's what I wanted this Christmas because it was awesome. But I was also thinking, man, I wish it was the green one. You remember? Oh, wow. I didn't think you'd. I mean, it's been so long. I don't. What am I saying anymore? Do you think Hasbro will re-release Siege Starscream with the new smirking face? I don't think so. I think that's a little too much, and by the time they do, if they know that people want that, I'm pretty sure they're going to be aware that people have modded Starscream in order to do that anyway, so I don't think it's a big deal. So again, I want to point out, coming for reviews is the Nightbird figure that I got recently. That was shipped to me, thank God. And then the best figure ever, which is Zetar. Because he's got big clamp hands and a drill for a head. I mean, how can you top that? I don't want to spoil too much of the review, but I say in the very video, you know, Transformers should celebrate the fact that they are transforming robots. And this guy does it. He's got this construction vehicle style to him, big claw hands, and a drill for a head. Even though technically this is a Diaclone. He's made me want to get Brunt, though. Yeah, Snapdragon would be cool. Siege Starscream in animated colors? Boom. I don't know. You see, that worked for Transformers Animated because it had a specific styling to it. But I feel like if they did that for a Generation Starscream, it wouldn't do so well. I mean, look at the Masterpiece lineup. There was that weird, gross, green-looking Starscream for whatever reason. That wasn't that great. I don't know. They could do like a pure white one. They did re-release a Starscream in the classics. In Universe Classics, actually. They just gave him a bright color scheme, but yeah. No, I'm just saying I don't think they'll do it. I would like to see it. I wouldn't mind, because that would mean more Seekers in my collection. I could just call them like blue balls or whatever. But yeah. But it's okay, because I have dragons. I'm turning 25 this week. I need to be more like an adult. There we go. God, I remember pretending these things were freaking real. I would go everywhere with them, and they'd be like my pets. The things we do as kids. So if you're thinking, oh, you're an adult playing with toys, you're kind of messed up. You should have seen me beforehand. This is nothing. The only difference is there's a lot of them now. The difference is they keep growing. And me spinning on the chair making anyone dizzy. You know what, actually? There's one line that I have to do in the review. Because I need to bring up the fact that she does not have the Decepticon logo, and I completely forgot about that. What if, just for fun, I do that line right now? I'm not going to bring up a script right now, but I just say it. I'll just say it on the spot. We'll make it up. Because in case anyone doesn't know, I did the lines for the Nightbird review, but I forgot to mention one specific and really important thing. She does not have a Decepticon logo. So let's go ahead and make up a line. Let's just do it. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. I need to get it on the right setting, though. God, you know what I just realized? I've had this camera for about a year now, because I got it on my birthday. And it's been a year since I've used that other camera, because that other camera broke when I got this camera. Funny enough. All right. Let's see. Interesting enough, she has no Decepticon logo, which is great because technically she's not even a Decepticon. Well done, Hasbro. You've outsmarted Lockdown. Let's say that. Interesting enough, she carries no Decepticon logos, which is perfect because technically she is not a Decepticon. Now, someone tell Lockdown that. We'll just keep it like that. All right. I'll just put that down here for right now so that's out of the way. I have to open the side to make sure that it doesn't drain the battery. But there we go. I really want a G1 style Titan class Scorponok. That would be amazing. What camera do I use? A white one. It is a Canon EOS. Something or other. I have the box somewhere, but I think I put it in storage now. Is it in there? It's in there, I'll just get it. Nope. But that does bring me to something else. I've never opened this. It's the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime that goes in your wall. And the reason why I haven't put it anywhere is because where am I going to put it? I guess I could try for up there, but I kind of want to put it at the center of everything. So I'm not sure. Either that, or I could put it up there, or right there, or right there, or maybe on my laptop right there. I got it for Christmas long ago, and I just have not done anything with it. I would open it up, but maybe I'll resell it. I don't know. Apparently, you just attach the ears, though, because he has no ears except for right down here. So, good news. He can't even hear me. Yeah, it's got a crack sticker included. Here's the thing. I feel like if I do put it somewhere, I might want to put it somewhere else afterwards. Oh, I could just put it on my door. Like, it's not going to slam on anything, so I could potentially do that. Designed and engineered in Canada. It actually says that. They got Bumblebee and they got Grimlock with the fire breath. Oh, that sounds cool. Crack sticker included. You know what? I think I should put it somewhere and then do a review on it, but do like a really stupid review on it. Like the eyes light up and I just feel like I'm getting possessed or something. Like just a very quick, very brief review. Fuck. There's a lot of stuff that I want to review, and a lot of stuff that is outside the general norm of Transformers. Like I got those Hero Master, not Hero Masters, but those like Rock'em Sock'em robot Transformers. So, all right, see you, Sean. Guys, the only thing that is missing from this Nightbird is Decepticon logo. Why? Jason, because she's technically not a Decepticon. As a Cybertron. Oh, Mark, I bring this up in the review. First of all, it's a fictional universe, so I don't really care. Second, the reason why Nightbird has an alt mode in this continuity is because apparently they're changing it up to where she is from Cybertron, but I'm pretty sure that's just an excuse so that they can have the figure with no complaints. And three, do you really think that they're going to make a Nightbird toy in the Transformers Generations toy line not have an alt mode? I mean, she was such a brief character that she's probably just going to remain having repaints. The only time she's going to have an alt mode is if she ends up being in like a Cyberverse show or something like that. So, and this is to other people too, because I hear other people complaining that Nightbird has an alt mode or that she's a repaint or stuff like that. Did you really expect anything otherwise? The fact that we have a freaking Nightbird now is good enough for me. Do you think there will be an Onslaught toy in Studio Series? I don't know, but I don't really care about Onslaught in the last night. Siege Bumblebee? I already talked about Siege Bumblebee, and I don't want one right now. Hey, bud, how's it going? Joining in a little late, that's fine. They could repurpose Long Haul into Onslaught. Okay, here's the thing that I need to bring up. I don't think they can, unless they completely just scrap the alt mode. Because, yes, their CGI renders and their designs are recycled. Onslaught is definitely recycled from the Long Haul. But the problem is that Long Haul is a dump truck, and Onslaught is a crane, and a pretty long crane to boot. So it's not just a matter of, oh, it could be repainted or slightly re-engineered. He has a completely different alt mode that he needs to change into. What is your favorite Studio Series toy? Ironhide. Siege Windblade, I guess, but it's kind of the same case as Bumblebee right now. You know, Bumblebee's got a main role right now, and he's just got so many toys. I think doing a Siege figure is just a little much. So I don't know. I mean, they could, but I don't think they need to. Does anyone plan on getting the Generation Select Seacons? I don't right now. Is there an... Are you going to do any videos of before it's out on what's next for Chapter 2 of War for Cybertron? If it comes out, yeah. Siege Nautica? Yes, that's what I would like to see, actually. Can we get Siege Nova Glow? True, I have the Tikara Nightbird RC repaint, so I agree with your opinion. Yeah, it's just, I don't know how anyone could expect Nightbird to have a brand new mold unless they introduce her in one of the shows. But if they don't and they just give her a Generations treatment, the very fact that we have a Generations Nightbird, I'm happy about. It's not the best figure, but still. Can I get Siege Spinster? I don't know. I already said about figures I don't know if I'm gonna get. You know, because people have asked me over and over, are you gonna get the Omega Supreme? I don't know. Siege Jazz? No. We have the Power of the Primes one right now. I don't think we're gonna get it. Brian, are you planning to get any Transformers? Not right now. Although I do want the Cheetor and Black Arachnia. I like the Siege Calibers, but I wasn't happy with the gun barrel was the same as Blowpipe. The whole figure is the same as Blowpipe. I love your stream because I'm talking about Transformers with 10 other people. Also, would you like to see Studio Series DevCon? I know people kept bringing that up. I don't know. Like, that's not really a strong character, so I can't really say. If they do one, it's interesting enough, but I don't know. Siege Nautica? I would love to have a Siege Nautica, I will say that. Yeah, the MP prices, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been getting a lot of Masterpiece lately. The last one I got was Starscream, because someone was selling it at the toy fair. I'll be right back. That right there. And there we go. Okay. After this, I got to film the Nightbird review, and I had the boxes in the other room, so I had to grab them. But yeah. So Nautica's reviews, or not Nautica, Nightbird's review is coming up. But I also wanted to bring out this figure. Come on. This chair keeps going over wires and shit. It's not breaking any wires, thank God. But there's the Nova Glow. People like Nova Glow. There she is. I'm pretty happy to see fan art of her, by the way. One person managed to get the hearts in, so that's cool. But yeah. She's a little tricky to stand. She's got wobbly joints in the legs, but she can stand still. And she's about deluxe class size. She's a little taller than Nightbird, but that's fine. She's also a tank woman, so. But I saw a 3D print of Calibur's gun barrel looking like the G1 Target Master. I plan to get that. Oh, cool. I actually think that someone is also, yeah, someone's gonna go and try to make Nautica into a full-on a toy that you can print out. And I think that's gonna be awesome too. I never asked, and the guy just came up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna try it." And I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. Hello, Mark. Hey, Mark. What do you think of Nautica? It's not Nautica. It's Nova Glow. She's got a little visor thing that flips down. And it kind of looks a little goofy because I offset it, unfortunately. But yeah, they flip up. Fantastic. Thank you. Are you doing any more papercraft figures? Yeah, I'm trying to make a spaceship thing, but it's just not working out because I've got like a gimmick thing that I want to implement. So I'm trying to get that going. Any news on new wave releases for War for Cybertron? We don't really have much of anything right now, I don't think. Oh, we had that Nemesis Prime. Ooh, that Nemesis Prime looks amazing. I want that thing. I wish it wasn't just a Takara release. If it was Hasbro Pulse, I'd be more okay with it. But I think that even if it does go up on Hasbro Pulse, it's going to be kind of expensive. I think it's going to be like 60 bucks for that thing. And I don't want to pay 60 bucks for it. But damn, that thing is looking good. Oh, I should also mention, I'm in contacts with someone on getting the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. So hopefully I'll find that, because that wave kind of just snuck away from me. I still have not managed to find any Wave 2 Siege Deluxe class figures. So we've had no Ironhide, no Chromia, no Six Gun, and no Prowl. Someone is helping me with Ironhide, though, so that's good. Anyone see the 3D printed versions of Rack and Ruin? I don't know. I don't really look through the 3D printed stuff. I don't have a 3D printer, so. Nova Glow. Also, I'd love some fan art of Misfortune Galvatron. Yeah, actually, I would too. It looks good, but like we talked about before, it needs a retail release. Yeah. You realize that it's cardboard, right? I can't talk. Studio Series Optimus Prime from AoE or War for Cybertron. Or WTF? What? I read that as War for Cybertron. Studio Series Optimus Prime. The Bumblebee movie one. Yeah, the one that's got that more or less G1 look. Retail for Nemesis. Oh. It looks good, but like we talked about. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I don't know why. I'm doing a dangerous path on getting the select Seacons. I think you mentioned that before. In Russia, everything is upside down with Siege. I guess. Would it be cool if they did a Charlie's Angels Transformers show with Siege Chromia, TFPRC, Nova Star, Moonracer, and Greenlight? The Charlie is Omega Supreme, and Jetfire is the ground leader. I don't know. I don't know much about Charlie's Angels to begin with. So, is Smokescreen already out? I have not seen Smokescreen out anywhere. I saw that was on pre-order, and I totally missed it though. I don't know if you had mentioned it. Jason was in here, or It's still in here, I should say. Jason mentioned it a few times, I think. So I don't know. All I know is Goji's getting a Seacon set. If you got Devastator, would you get the likely DNA? Nope. Is it me you're looking for? Or does the Siege Barricade Arms look bland to me? I don't know. I'll have to pull up a picture. Smokescreen will be available late September, early October. Yeah. Hopefully I can pick it up somewhere, though. Oh, for anyone wondering if I can get Chromar, I can't get Chromar right now. The reason why is because the Toys R Us out here is about 30 minutes away, and honestly, I doubt they have Chromar. Nova Glow, you look so cute. She's also implemented for the Transformers Prime universe, but some of the fan art that people have made for her put her in the IDW comics in that styling. Is it me, or do you look like a Canadian? There's a reason for that. I don't like my hair right now. Yeah. I gotta go buy. All right, see you. Wish I could say Toys R Us out here. Yeah. It's okay, because ever since the closing, I haven't been to a Toys R Us. Funny story, at work about a few months ago, I discovered a Kongu in our stock room, but because it's so old, they wouldn't let me buy it. Oh. Is it the Matoron or the Toa Inika or Toa Mari set? God, I'm such a nerd. I couldn't remember the names of these freaking dragons, but any Bionicle you point out, I'll remember the name. I kind of want to test myself with that, but I don't want to bore you with saying Tahu, Lakan, Vakama, Jala, Hakan, Nuri. Why am I saying just red guys? Those are all red Bionicles I was naming. I guess it's because on my shelf I kind of have a certain order of these Bionicle sets, so they start with the red Toas. Oh, I love my 2008 shelf. I wish they weren't as fragile as they are, but man, there was something about the 2008 ones that I really didn't like. I also love the fact that the Makutas were a big deal. For those who don't know, the Makuta are the big baddies of the series. But I also like 2004 for their very simplistic kind of designs, or not designs, but their ways, I guess. Because they had the heroes, they had the Matoran, which were the people, and then they had the obvious villain types. So those were pretty cool. Here's a little lesson in Bionicle. The Toa are the heroes, and they must protect the Matoran, which are the people. Interesting enough, the 2004-2005 lineup had the characters on an island that looked like it came from Cybertron. 2007 Bionicle for me. Except for the Borak. I love the Borak. Oh, I love the Borak. You know what's funny about that? I almost have a complete set of the first wave of Borak. The only thing that I'm missing in the entire lineup is 2 orange eyes of the blue one. That's it. Do you think that Hasbro will make a Siege figure of that one little parts forming not bot Forgot his name. That came with G1 Scorponok as a weaponizer. I don't know. If it lasts that long, I guess. And Nika Kungu. Oh, why don't you bring that up? Even though I can't find one of the ball things that come with them. Although I do have extras, so it's not too big of a deal. I do have a Nika Kungu. And it still lights up. And I have the box for him too. Can't remember where I put it, but I do have the box, and I know I have the box because that is a set that I had to purchase again because I was missing some of the parts. I was missing the weapon, and I was missing some of the limbs, but I managed to repurchase a full Kongu set, and now he's just sitting on the shelf. I wish I could find one of the ball things because they had little launchers that would shoot out. Would you guys like a history lesson in Bionicle? Maybe you're curious about the line, or maybe you don't fucking care. I don't know. Would you like to hear me rant about Bionicle for a while? Did you hear the Siege for Cybertron Netflix trailer is coming out on Wednesday? I did not. Also, please don't copy and paste the same thing. Random thought. Imagine Brian as the Hugh Hefner of Transformers collectors in a robe and smoking a cigar. Glad the way forward Siege Deluxe figs started hitting retail in Walmart Canada. Yeah, I just got a job at Walmart in my area. I'm hoping that they show up out here, but we also just got Red Alert, Brunt, and actually I have not seen Brunt. Fuck off with that TIE Fighter thing. I haven't seen Brunt, and I've not seen Reflector yet. In case you don't know what just happened, I have a TIE Fighter thing where you pop out the wings, and it's got a little button, but it's super sensitive, so it just blasts out. Let's see. And you're gone. Yep, new show. Are you okay from getting scared, bro? Yeah, I'm fine. A Canadian review of a Bionicle set would be cool someday. Actually, you know what? I already have them. If you go onto my other channel, Ultimate Doom, there's not a lot of reviews, but I've done a Vizirac and I've done a Borak review. It's like 2 minutes long. It's not much. And it's not the regular Canadian reviewer stuff, but there are reviews up on that channel that you guys can check out if you want. It's in the same kind of styling as the Canadian reviewer. So if you guys want to see that, it's Vizirac, Onorak, and Borak Levac, or Lerak. Yeah, Levac. Lerak is the Rakshi, right? Agreed. I love Transformers Prime. Okay, you know what? Because someone said no, but then also decided to be a dick, I'll talk about Bionicle for a bit. Just more or less my history. So I'm not gonna go through like, oh well, here's Toajala. He was a Matoran, and he was best friends with Takua, and who became the Toa of Light, which was Takanuba, and they made a whole movie called Bionicle, Mask of Light. Which, by the way, I enjoyed Mask of Light before it was cool. Anyways, and I even enjoyed Legends of Metro Nui and Web of Shadows. So fuck you. Anyways, so my first Toa, my first Bionicle set was Pohatu. It was the brown one where the torso is built upside down so it could have this kicking feature, and it made him look fat, which was kind of hilarious. It wasn't the Bionicle set that I was going after, but I still enjoyed that toy. Eventually, I did get the one that I wanted, which was Leela. But Pohatu is definitely a big Bionicle set for me, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection now. I remember a time I was going in the car for some drive. We were going somewhere, and I can't remember exactly where. And I found a little box in a cup holder, and that was Turaga Wenua. My parents got me that, and I decided to build it on the trip. I can't remember where we went. We might have went to, no, it wouldn't have been that. But I was able to get the rest of the parts to complete a Wenua set. So now I have a complete Wenua in my collection as well. And every time I look at him, I remember being a kid going in the car and just building that set, and it was pretty enjoyable. I also remember another time we were driving somewhere. I think it was actually back from school. We went the long way around, and I had in my hand, I think it was Korok Ba, which was like a little white Bionicle set, where his head was the shield piece of the little ball guys. And it was kind of interesting, but I am missing, I think it's a foot and a couple of other parts to him, so I don't have a complete one of those. I do remember one Christmas I had the 4 Toa Nuva sets out of the 6, but I do now have most of the Toa sets from that point of time. I'm just missing one of the propellers from Golly, and if I find one, I've got them all complete. I also remember getting the Rockshis, and I had a couple of extra Rockshi because people bought me just a bunch of random Rockshi sets. Let's see. I'm just going through history of like my experience with Bionicle, but I also remember the day where I just decided, you know what, I'm going to break apart all my Bionicle sets I had. I had like 10 sets. I'm just going to build whatever I want. And I got upset over it because I didn't want to. Because they were so cool by themselves. And then for years, I would just have Bionicle parts sitting in the bin because I just decided, you know what, I want to build something else out of this. But then at a certain point, I just wanted to have the Bionicle sets by themselves. I wanted to have complete sets because I just like the characters and who they were and as they were. So I do have mocks though. I do have my custom sets, but I went after and tried to get as much of the older Bionicles that I can get. And originally, it wasn't much that I could complete because I was missing parts or some parts were broken. And it was kind of unfortunate. I do remember that I had at least a few sets that were complete. I think Dekar and Deflak, which were 2 little guys from 2007. I think I've had those for years. I think I've actually had those complete ever since they came out. I can't remember specifically. But either way, I managed to get I got the whole set of the smaller Bionicle sets from that year because I found them early, super early. So I decided to grab all 4 of them, and I built them at a restaurant. And I tried to make sure not to lose any of the parts because I would freak out. By 2008, I think it was Christmas. No, it was Boxing Day. I was really waiting on those 2008 Bionicle sets because a lot of the older characters that I grew up with was coming back in new sets. And so I wanted to get the Liwa set. And so I didn't know when I would get it because I'm not sure when the stores would get it because usually we would have them pretty late. We went to Toys R Us right after Christmas, and I saw they had pretty much everything. They had the small guys that would attach to it. They had the big guys. and then they would have, like, the medium sets I meant, and then they would have the big guys. And in there was the set that I wanted, Leela. And I had enough money to get not only Leela, but 4 of those Bionicle sets, and I picked them up. And I tried that year to get every single set from 2008, at least for the medium and small sets. I don't have Solik in my shelf right now. That's the white small one. I do have some of the parts for it, but I don't have a complete one. All the medium sets are on my shelf now. And those were the fragile ones. I have all of the medium canister ones. And then I've got a couple of extra ones. You can see on the side, you may have noticed in some videos, you'll see this red thing sticking out there. That is called the Accelera T9. And that was for a time the biggest thing that I had in my collection. Until I got Fortress Maximus, Trypticon, and the Mammoth from Halo. That is the biggest Bionicle set that I have in my entire collection, though. Anyways, 2004. Let's quickly mention that because I completely blanked out on that. So the funny part about 2004 is that I bought those at what was called Rogers at the time. Now, Rogers, before it became a mobile store, was also a DVD store, a DVD rental store that was in competition with Blockbuster. And we would go there all the time. But what they had was the brand new Bionicle sets that I didn't even know existed. And the funny part is that sometimes they will bring back characters in Bionicle. They will bring back characters in Bionicle. All right, see you, Jason. And the guy says, man, this guy can surely talk, but I'm in a live stream by myself. What do you think I'm going to do? Am I just going to sit here in silence? Obviously, you're being a dick. So, and obviously, that's the Isaiah or whoever guy, so I don't really care. Anyways, so they would bring back Bionicle names, and I was surprised because one of the old Bionicle names was Nuju. And I went to Rogers, and I saw a set named Nuju. But it was, originally he was one of the really small sets. But then you have this set that I found, that's one of the medium set ones. He was one of the hero sets, which were called Toas. So I was kind of confused by that. But I think what overpassed it was my enjoyment for finding new Bionicle sets. So I definitely had to pick that up. And then I found the smaller sets too. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is all new to me because I had not seen anything about these. And I managed to pick up most of the small ones. I managed to pick up all of the medium-sized ones. I only had one of the small sets that I never got. Up until, I think it was this year now, I have that set now. Either this year or last year, I have all that, so good. And then 2009 was the wrap-up of Bionicle. I was surprised to hear about a Matanui set because that was the Bionicle god. But yeah, they wrapped it up. I was excited for 2015 to bring back Bionicle. It wasn't that great. They stopped by 2016, which was pretty rough. It sounds like they're going to bring something back for Bionicle at least. It might be a VR game, might be new sets. I don't know. But the whole point that I'm trying to say is, as much as you guys think Transformers is a big deal for me, Bionicle was my childhood. As much as anyone thinks that Transformers was my childhood, it was not. That would go to Bionicle. I just have so many good memories. They would release whatever set. I would not care. and I'd just be happy getting another character in the lineup because I love the characters, I love the stories, I loved everything about it. So I mean, you look at. Let me tell you this. This guy, he seems cute. He seems adorable, right? This is all the parts that he has. This is an official Bionicle set. All the parts is nothing new. It's all recycled parts. There's nothing new on this toy whatsoever. And that came out in 2006. That was one of the small sets. Every one of the small sets that came out that year, except for the white one, who had different colored Borak eyes, which were just transparent pieces that they decided to throw on it. But every single set, none of them were new. For any of the parts, they were all recycled. And I loved them. I really did. It was such a big deal for me at the time. I wish the OG Bionicle wasn't discontinued. Yeah. Damn, another. Hold account. This. Oh, yeah, I see that. But whatever, it's fine. Guys, let me I'll handle it when he comes back. I know he's a troll. I don't really care because what's his goal? He acts like a dick. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll handle it, guys. It's fine. Opinion on Exoforce? Oh, I loved Exoforce. Having these giant robot things that you could put a minifigure in, and they were all mechs and stuff like that. Oh my god, that is, and they're all Lego. It's like that is everything that I could want in a toy. That's like everything I would ever want in a toy growing up. The reason why I don't think it really caught on was because unlike Bionicle, it didn't really have strong characters. They were just there. So for the time, they were cool. For the moment, they were great. But there was nothing to really keep you invested because Exoforce kind of kept retreading the same ground. It didn't really evolve too much. I mean, they kind of did new things. I mean, they had the jungle thing, and they had essentially what was mini cons, but the sets themselves, they were kind of getting worse. And I think the problem that I had with some of the Exo sets coming out later on was that they had unique designs, but they were kind of more out there and just didn't really have a consistent flow with the line. It's more or less they just experimented with a lot of the stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Twitter's blowing up. Oh my god, this random YouTuber that doesn't matter is gay. Oh, 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 oh my god. What am I going to do about this? No one cares. Bro, I started with Bionicle sets and moved on with Transformers 2. I wouldn't even say if Bionicle was out nowadays, I wouldn't have moved on. Reason why I moved on necessarily with Bionicle, you know what? Even now, I try to get some of the older sets, and I tried to do mocks whenever I can. But the only reason why I haven't really done a lot of Bionicle related content lately, with my other channel, is because Transformers are relevant. They keep bringing out stuff. I'm scaring you? My eyes are big? Okay. I mean, they are kind of. It reminds me of a quote I said in the podcast. Did I ever tell you that your eyes are big balls of eyes? Yeah. Let's see if Twitter's blowing up. Wow, it's not. It's almost like you lied. See, this is just entertaining for me. I don't really care. Let's see. What else am I going to talk about? I don't know. See, here's the thing about Bionicle is this is my live stream. I could talk about what I want. Bananas are healthy for you. They contain a lot of potassium. Potassium is something. What the fuck is potassium? I'm pretty sure this guy with his old accounts are just going to dislike my videos. Being like, haha, I'm disliking your videos. Haha, what do you think of that? Meanwhile, I've gone on record to say I don't care about dislikes, so it doesn't matter to me. Hello. I guess kind of late. Bananas. One time I sat on a banana, and of course that changed my life. If anyone understands that quote. What if I lick a battery? Don't do that. Potassium is a great topic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Potassium Hour. We are going to talk about potassium for every hour that we care. Intensely thinks about potassium or bananas. Banana. Minions. Yellow. Sun. Sunflower. Flowers. Seeds. Sunflower seeds. Bananas are sunflower seeds. Yes. What did you think about Drift Shot's video? I think I've already said it, but yeah, really cool. I love the effects. I love the animation. I love how fluid it was. I love how it's very consistent. The investment in just trying to make it look perfect is wonderful, and the space battle at the very beginning is some of the best work I've ever seen in a Transformers fan-made animation ever. Like, I could not believe that is beyond. That guy needs to go work for Leica or something. What's the Bionicle figs that turn into balls? What's that called? They're called Boroks. What about apples? Oh God, we don't talk about apples. What? No. 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 Anyways, those Bionicle sets are called Borok, and I will show you what a Borak is, because obviously you guys want to see it. You know that a Borak is probably the only Bionicle set you can actually juggle. My first Borak was the white one, actually, but I'm grabbing the red one because I just grabbed it. Anyways, so here's the ones that transform into a ball, and these were awesome because they had a little gimmick in the back where you launched out his head and it would knock off a mask because they would easily pop off. Not too easily, but still. You would pop out its eye and it would have this brain thing that would cover the face and actually take control of that Bionicle set, which was real cool. They transformed into balls. You could get them in different colors, different flavors. And they had different shield pieces, which were nice. They were army building sets, so you can grab multiple Boraks. I actually have 2 Tanoks in my collection, which is awesome. I don't have 2 of the Kranas, but I do have 2 of the little guys, so that's good. And they were small enough, but they were cool. And if you put them into a ball, it would also have this little clip that would go inside the canister, so it would actually sleep inside the canister. I have him. It's funny enough, for Tanok, there we go. For Tanok, he's the only one I have the original, the Va, and the Cal version. And of course, I have the best Bionicle set out there. There's no competition for him. Good guy. He's the best. Simply the best. And yes, he's not an original one. Oh, and here's another thing. I will just quickly mention and I'll go back to Transformers, okay? There was another line that I was into for a while. Neo Shifters. And the reason why I have this one out is because he looks like Shockwave. These ones would also become balls. And then they had a little guy inside that would also become balls that would fit inside their chest that you pop out. And at the beginning, they would have a launching missile thing, and they would have light up eyes, and the light up eyes were incredible. Someone, and we can link this into Transformers, I remember on tformers.com, someone had made a Unicron out of those. If you disconnect the cover on the head and press the lever on the... Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Could we get a juggle demonstration? Oh god, I don't know how to juggle. I mean, I feel like I could figure it out pretty easily, but I just haven't tried. Yeah, there's something about the old Bionicle sets that as much as people think or say that the problem with the old or the new Bionicle sets that came out for 2015 and 2016, I will go back into Transformers, don't worry. People have said that they were too simple. I actually don't think they were simple. I think they were complex in their builds. I think their overall designs and look for the parts were too simple and too clean because they didn't have the hydraulics and whatnot. If you go back to the old Bionicle sets, they were actually pretty simple. They were very quick to build. I'm looking at the canister set for one of the Vacuum sets, and it's 33 parts. That's not a lot. But they had a lot of gimmicks, and they were pretty cool. Not a lot of articulation for the early sets, but they were still nice, and they were good to look at, for the most part. But yeah, I think the issue for the new ones was they just looked too clean. It wasn't that their builds weren't complex. because I think they went overboard with the 2016 stuff, because he had Pohatu's arms that were just like, what the hell's going on? I think they just needed some texturing to them. Let's go ahead and bring this guy up, just because. I have a Lego Star Wars droid. It's the K2SO. Only good thing from Rogue One. I don't know why I brought it out, but it was just there. And he's super tall too. Here's Nightbird. This was like $30. Anyways. All right. Transformers. I made a promise. Let's talk about that. What's to talk about? What do you guys want me to talk about Transformers related? Oh, you know what? I think those alt mode things, the things that were the little heads that you pull the top of and they flip out their bodies, I think those are stupid. I hate them. I really do. I have two, and I hate them. I got a Silver Knight Optimus, and I got a Hound. Basically, you pull the lever, and it's supposed to flip out, but you can't display it in robot mode without it collapsing, because it's got a big head and the legs don't lock in. And they look dumb. Good detailing, but yeah, okay, Scott, that doesn't necessarily mean that, I don't know. Yeah, I need to point this out, okay? Someone was upset with me for correcting their spelling and they used the autism card. I gotta bring this up. I don't think that, and it's not the case for everyone, but if you think that you misspell stuff and I don't know how to explain this. I'm trying to think. If you think you are just misspelling stuff because of your autism, like I've got autism too, so I'm just talking from experience. I need to make this point because someone else had brought this up. Not you in the chat, but someone else had. Everyone has misspelled stuff. All right. Even if they have a major or something on English or whatever, I'm pretty sure everyone has misspelled a word, even in just a basic discussion. I misspell words all the time. There was a word that I can't even think of what the word was anymore, but I could not spell it correctly up until now. But I'm blanking out on what the word is. Basically, what I'm saying is, I'm not sure if anyone's autism, whether they're low or high functioning, really affects their spelling, but autism, like misspelling a word, isn't a unique trait to autism. And the reason why I bring this up is because when I had corrected someone's spelling before, they played it up like I was mocking their autism. Even though they had never said that they had autism to begin with, they had played it up like I was mocking them in some fashion. And that simply wasn't the case, because first of all, how am I supposed to know? And second, people misspell stuff. It happens. So Which one is the one MGO used as a mascot? That would be Stronius. So I'm just bringing that up because people have gotten on my back about that before. I noticed that chat has completely stopped now. But I basically just want to... There's something in my hair. That's weird. I just wanted to explain that. And again, I'm not saying that's for everyone's case if they have autism, because autism is a whole spectrum. I'm just saying that if you think that misspelling a word is unique to your autism, it's not. So, hell, I see people who don't have autism that are completely sociable and stuff like that, and I've seen them just spill out garbage and they can't spell a simple word. And by spill out garbage, I mean that, well, they just can't spell a word. So basically, I was telling this person as to give him criticism, but the interesting part about it was I gave him that criticism, and then he misspelled the word again. So I misspell words, but I have to learn that, just like everyone else has to learn that. I'm gonna head out night. All right, see you. Hey, banana. The Borax Bionicle figs are 2006 came out year. No, the Borak came out 2002 and 2003. 2006 was Toa Ignica, and even though there's no G in that, I don't know why I pronounce it with the G. Anyways, Toa Ignica and Paraka. 2001, original Toa and Rahi. 2002, Borak and Toa Nuva. 2003, Rakshi and Borakal. 2004, Toa Metru and Baki. 2005, Toa Hordika and Vizarak. I'm just trying to remember it for myself. 2006, Toa Enika and Baraka. 2007, Baraki and Toa Mari. 2008, Fantoka and Mystica. 2009, Glatorian, and 2010 is Bionicle Stars. Is it pronounced Enika or Anika? I don't know. I pronounce it Enika. Amazon has them listed in the chamber. I don't care what Amazon says. I'm telling you that, or I don't know if you're saying that to correct me on what year they came out. Borak came out 2002 to 2003. No, funny you mentioned that. It wasn't even that they misspelled a word. It was that they used the wrong word. It was aspect. And they said, they actually meant to say expect, but they said aspect. And then they told me, oh, you do this Autism Awareness Month thing, and I'm disappointed because you don't understand that my autism affects the word I use. And it's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to know you have autism. Everyone does it, so. Or everyone has done it. You know? Got the Borak Queens. Oh, I had those, and I missed those so much. I have a lot of the parts for them. They're super expensive nowadays. Yeah, I wish I still had them. I'm trying to get the parts for them. I have a lot of the pieces. I never clicked with Bionicle. Looked weird to me. Yeah, that's fine. Bon appetit. Yo, Paraka. The gang's on the loose. Bullet coming through. I will not lie, the Bionicle songs are super nostalgic for me. Even more nostalgic than the sets themselves, because I would just sit there and listen to the music. Okay. I'll talk about Transformers while I'm doing this, but I'm gonna search up something for Bionicle just so that we can be on the same page here. Okay. So, what am I saying? Transformers. I want to do some more G1 stuff. I was looking at my tailgate and my Swerve, and I was thinking, you know what? Why haven't I done reviews of those? So I would love to do reviews of those little guys at some point, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so we've got Collectibles Box Sets, which were the small ones, canister sets, and Titans, which are the large ones. And then Battle Vehicles, Playset Stars, others. Okay, 2001. Oh, I could have gone to brick set. Okay, here we go. 2002. There we go. Winter 2002, Borak. So there you go. I just want to. I'm not saying. I'm not pointing this out to be like, "Ha, you're wrong." I'm just making sure we're on the same page. And then 2003, Winter, Boracal. There we go. Are Bionicle as pricey as Transformers? I think Bionicle is probably more because it's a lot more obscure nowadays. It was like such a big deal around 2001 to 2003, around the same time as Beyblades. It went to the point where every household had a Bionicle set. Every boy pretty much had a Bionicle set. And it was such a big deal. But I mean, they kind of went into obscurity, and you know, Transformers continues, and it was like Transformers is 35 years now, still going. So for Bionicle, there isn't much of a market, and if there is, they're selling to collectors that pretty much have the money for it. So yeah, because like Transformers, you could probably go to a toy fair or something, and they'll probably have some old ones or some new ones. With Bionicle, you have to get lucky on that. I've been trying to figure out what phone that is for the past hour. Just, I'd rather just not say what type of phone that is. What's the packaging look like on the small Bionicle figs? The small ones? You know what I would show, but they're just so different. If you're talking about the Borak, I will show that. I'm sorry, guys. I know I said that I would go back onto Transformers so many damn times, but oh, I forgot that came with CDs. Let's see, Borak canister. I remember going to Toy Fair, seeing some guy selling them, and I don't know why I didn't purchase the canisters themselves. I'm just trying to find the canisters. Okay, try not to show. Ah, fuck. Okay, well, I'll just zoom into one of these. Okay, so there's two right there, one on top of the other. And that's what they look like. And they were cool because you could stack as many as you want on them. Oop. Okay, I'll Sorry about that. It's 2 a.m. All right, see ya. Yes, that one. Okay. I'm the only one thinking that Bionicle is getting more popularity this year. Yeah. Well, the guy who originally created Bionicle uh, is kind of teasing something for it. So that's why it's been coming up lately. Being that Transformers been around for a long time, that it's just mandatory that every retail store layout has Transformers shelf space. Well, it's that, and also Bionicle is like no longer around right now. So, I mean, Transformers is still relevant. I mean, you have the big budget movies and whatnot. So, did you know that the first Bionicle movie was meant to be in theaters, but they changed it? So yeah, Transformers. Transformers. Let's talk about Transformers. Um, I want to do some bot shot reviews. I haven't done those in a while. That'd be cool. Bot shots, got Hero Mashers, got those Smasher things that were like the Rock'em Sock'em things. I have the Q Transformers I could do, the alt modes things, which were the big heads with the stupid gimmick that I talked about, tiny turbos and stuff like that. I want to do some small reviews for a while, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I also wanted to say that after the Starscream review comes out, I might take a little break in doing reviews. I don't know. There might be some Siege stuff that I want to put out, but that's because I want to keep up with that. Might be a few Studio Series stuff, but I think I'm just not going to make it like an emergency to do it. I do want to still do a Halloween video, but we'll have to wait and see. I was thinking of doing Terracon Cliffjumper, but I'm not sure. I might try and go for something else, and we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I mean, I could do Titans Returns Gnaw if I wanted to. I think that'd be a nice figure to do, or something else. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I know I want to do a Scorn figure, at least, but we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, just thinking about stuff. Maybe some Legends toys. I don't know. It's going to be hard to imagine a day when Transformers stops getting shelf space in retail stores. Yeah. More Creo. Creo's another one that would be interesting, but I'm not sure. I got some mini-cons I could do a review of. Should I pursue a Siege or Studio Series collection? I'm currently doing Studio Series, or not Studio Series, Siege. Because it flows with some of the other generation stuff, and I'm just having trouble finding some Studio Series stuff. Studio Series is pretty cool, but I love the quality of Siege, and they're so fun. There's like so much you can do with them. A lot of the Studio Series stuff, I'm kind of worried that they're going to break. Siege, the only thing that I have a concern about is currently Nightbird. I heard there was a possibility that the clear plastic could crack, but I haven't had an issue on mine. And the Slam Dance, if I bring that out. On this pack, I heard that the Slam Dance could easily break. Now, I'm lucky on mine, but it's just something to keep an eye on. Other than those, and Nightbird isn't really problematic. I don't have an issue with her. Other than, for some reason, one of the open gaps right here is filled in, and I have no idea why. But other than those, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Greenlight, Lancer, Redwing, Starscream, Soundwave, Sideswipe, Shockwave, Red Alert, Hound, Cog, Zetar, the Bowmasters, Masters, Lancer, did I say? Anything, really. What's going on with TF live action movies nowadays? Um, I don't know. I would like to know, but I don't want them to rush anything. I just want them to ease into it and figure out what they want to do. Oh, I want that paratrooper, but also that shockwave that comes with it. But yes, I did see about that. How do you think people will treat today's figures 10 to 15 years from now? Oh, I'm pretty sure it will be. Oh God, do you remember those figures with all the repaints? You know, because they were, you knew what you were getting into at least. Nowadays, it's like, oh, there's these problems. Could you imagine though? But yeah, I just feel like someone's gonna complain about something. I'm sure someone's gonna find something to complain about. We should get a coffee mug for that. Oh, fallen coffee mug. That would be cool. You know what? I would love to see someone sell an upgrade kit or a 3D printed coffee mug thing that would just kind of stick on to Shockwave and just crack. I think that'd be nice. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna head out. The main reason why I wanted to do this. Oh yeah, the bot bot. The main reason why I wanted to do it is because, or this is because I haven't done a live stream in a while. And I just figured, you know what, I'm not doing anything except for going to be filming that Nightbird review. So with that out of the way, I'm pretty much going to stop here for the night. I'm sorry that I talked a lot about Bionicle. But, you know, Transformers are still cool. um, we're getting Wheelie and Brick. Yeah, guys, I know about the Shockwave. Is Hasbro removing plastic from their products next year? No, not their actual products. Their packagings, which I think is kind of silly. So essentially, what they're doing, I think, I don't want to say they're doing necessarily this with the brown boxes because that would suck. Even though I kind of like the brown boxes now, I didn't before, but they're nice. It's like something that's like high-end collectible. But anyways, I think what they're going to do is do something like this. And I think even when you open it up, is it cardboard inside or plastic? Okay, so it's plastic inside. Even the insert is probably going to be cardboard. So more along the lines of these boxes, which I think kind of sucks because it would be great to actually see the product that you're getting to make sure that everything's fine. But I also understand why they're doing it. If you open up the box, you will see that, if I can quickly do that, you will see that it's got a cardboard insert and it's just twist tied to that. So I think that's what they're going to be going after and going to be doing. So I should also review this toy. It's dusty on the top of the box. There we go. That one's clean. I would love to do a review on that. Anyways, so with that out of the way, that is pretty much it for now. I love looking at my collection. Oh, someone asked if I'm going to do a collection video. I think by the end of the year, I'm going to do a collection video. Because usually I get a couple of things during Christmas, and then for the end of the year, I try to go after and get something just as like a last hurrah of the year. Or like the first thing I buy for that year, or the next year I meant. So I think around that time I'll do like, hey, here's my entire collection. Plus also I haven't set up my Siege collection anywhere. So I want to do that. But with that out of the way, window box goes away. Siege Jetfire box is out. Future boxes. Yeah, it's like the Siege Jetfire box. It'd be cool if they could do the Velcro cover thing, but they would still have to have a plastic cover thing for it. So I don't know if necessarily they are going to discontinue the plastic bubbles altogether, or they're going to find a different material for the plastic bubble. I don't know. But all I know is they have said that they are going to discontinue them. So however they do it, they do it. Anyways, with that said, I thank you guys for watching. My hair is a mess. I don't know why today. It's weird. With that out of the way, I'm going to... Why do I keep saying that? I'm going to film the Nightbird review, so I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.